You can have a following and still feel none of the leverage. That's not supposed to happen. The deal was supposed to be attention equals freedom. But a lot of creators are sitting inside that deal right now and wondering why it's not delivering. Subscribers go up, views hold steady, brand deals come in, and income still resets every 30 days like nothing was ever built. You can post something that hits and still do not know what January looks like. That wasn't the trade you signed up for. If you're still trying to crack the algorithm, this isn't for you. This is for the people who already cracked it. And notice something didn't click into place. You're not failing, you're succeeding in a model that was never designed to hold you. Watch what happens when creators scale. They don't build assets, they rent attention. One brand deal, then another, then another. Good months, then great months. But nothing stacks, nothing compounds, nothing points anywhere except the next post. An audience gets bigger but thinner. More viewers, fewer people who would follow you somewhere else. It looks like growth, but feels like drift. The content changes too. More volume, less weight. More posting, less position. Not because creators get lazy, because platforms reward movement, not direction. If you stop, the system forgets you. So uploading becomes maintenance, not leverage, maintenance. Here's the test nobody takes. If you disappeared for 30 days, would your work still point somewhere or would it just go quiet? Most people don't answer that honestly, but they feel it every Sunday night. Here's the contradiction people don't name. Attention was supposed to bring control. But if attention created control, the most viewed creators would feel the most free. They don't. They can't miss weeks, can't shift tone fast, can't change identity without losing ground. The audience decides what version works, and once that version works, leaving it becomes expensive. So the thing that looked like freedom starts behaving like a role. Visibility does that quietly. The more people know you for one thing, the harder it is to be seen for something else. Creators adapt. They double down on what hits, trim what doesn't. They become easier to understand. Sounds good until you realize being easy to understand is not the same as being hard to replace. You can have engagement and still be interchangeable. You can have reach and still have no gravity. Nothing is failing. Nothing is locking in either. That's why it's hard to notice until you are deep. Most people measure the wrong thing. They measure volume, more views, more posts, more reach. But volume and direction are not the same. You can be loud and still be drifting. Some brands grow loud, then they vanish or pivot 5 times. Some brands grow fast, big spikes, big moments. But every spike needs another spike. The machine gets hungry. Then there are brands that grow directional. Not everywhere, just clear. When they speak, it sounds like continuation, not performance. You don't feel them chasing relevance. You feel them building something that survives without the algorithm. Loud brands depend on energy. Directional brands depend on trajectory. Energy burns. Trajectory compounds. Directional brands create recognition that carries forwards. People don't just watch them, they reference them. They bring them into rooms they are not in. That doesn't come from posting more. It comes from being consistent in what you refuse, not what you say yes to, what you decline to become. Now here comes the point. Not everyone should build a personal brand. That's not pessimism. It's just misalignment for some people. Some people want income, autonomy, calm. Personal brand is one path, often the noisiest one. There are small, closed networks quietly making more than the creator with 200,000 followers. That doesn't trend, so nobody talks about it. Another truth, some audiences cost more than they pay. Not money, direction. If your audience only shows up when you entertain them, you don't have a brand. You have a performance loop. Performance loops get expensive. They demand more of you every year. Exposure, more personality, more exposure, more life. At some point, you're not building a business, you're feeding a machine. The trap isn't failure. The trap is success in the direction you never chose carefully. Growth can lock you into the wrong model. If you grow from being loud, you must stay loud. If you grow from personality, you must give personality. If you grow from being everywhere, you must stay everywhere. That's fine, unless that's the life you wanted. Some people notice this early, usually after copying what worked for everyone else and feeling the friction. Some notice years later, when the income is there, but the direction isn't. And changing direction feels expensive, not financially, internally, because too many decisions were made inside the frame they never chose consciously. A few people don't wait for that point. They prefer seeing their judgment while it's forming. Not because they are lost, usually the opposite. They just don't trust noise to make life decisions for them. That's a small group, not for everyone. If your work has ever felt like it's choosing a life on your behalf, you already understand the risk. If not, this will sound abstract. Nothing to do right now. Just notice what you notice. People who see this rarely unsee it. And once you cannot unsee it, you stop looking for tactics and start looking for people who saw it first. Now that's all for today. I'll see you in the next one.